Confront politely. Listen, Juan, in order to maximize our chance of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. Can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing and the prosecution's evidence tells me another, we're both in trouble. I'm afraid I don't quite follow, senor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know you're not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Carrido. Where is this coming from? I assure you, senor, I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Swarasman, we're leaving. Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say, monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Carrido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested. Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I'd be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story. I like stories. There was a girl, a mademoiselle, who's in a great deal of debt. This one. Everyone has a debt these days, monsieur. Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I'll forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative option, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, Don Quixote de la Mancha, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew the murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I'm saying, monsieur? I understand. I understand, monsieur. To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories. Storytelling was never my strong suit. I'm glad you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I may ask, monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information you had? Police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem? Yeah, there we go, Falcon. I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Well on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. What's your real name? What is your real name, Renard Vilbas? What's in a name? It's just an empty label. Vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I'm Juan Carrido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Rey, a pauper living under the bridge of the Seine. That doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect you already know my real name. Yeah. You're Renard Vilbas, private investigator. Very astute. And you're Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. That wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a persona on a whim? You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. This isn't about me. Juan. Renard. Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what truth is it you're attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? I don't know. I don't have any more questions for you. I think we've learned all we can. Really? I don't feel we've learned very much. But Monsieur Falcon, before I forget, could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Whether the birds have flown south? What is that? Some sort of code? Something like that. But rest assured, monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. Time, monsieur. Oh my goodness! So this mission is this is ridiculous because trial day is approaching. Right. So what was it we had? We had 6 days for the trial. We've used an awful lot of them, but basically what you're meant to do is you probably go to Les Halles, then you go to, and you don't pressure the flower seller, for which you've got no real input. And it's like, ease off, does that mean you don't ask any more questions? Because we really need to know these facts. Then you go to the tavern on the 2nd day. On the 3rd day, you go to the library. On the 4th day, you come here. The 5th day, you've got more information. So then, right. Oh, he said go back somewhere, didn't he? I've already forgotten. Oh, okay, right. So I have no more. I thought it was on the Monday, but it's like we've got no more. We're going to fail the case. This is ridiculous. Right, we can't go to the Chocolat Emporium. Oh, right, he said to go back to Mousy because that had some more information. We'll see if we can pop in. I doubt we'll be able to. This isn't. What are you doing? It's right. Oh, right. What was he? We don't have a Spanish prince to defend. I've got nothing to defend with, have I? Actually, I'm going to go back to the office and see what they... I don't care. Like, this is all we have. This is all we have. My goodness, this is ridiculous. I'm actually annoyed with this. At how little information we have. We have nothing. We have no evidence. We don't have a case. This is the thing you have to have, is you have to have a case. All we have is a rose. We know where he got it from, but that doesn't in any way help. This is so silly. Like, I know certainly modern times there would not be a trial in this situation because you need to have a defense. Once again, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Feeling nervous, Falcon? Yes. Of course I'm nervous. What have we learned about Prince Juan? What do we know about the real murderer? Nothing. We can do this. No, we can't. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order. Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. That's such confidence. That's magnificent to see. Bring the truth to light, you say. An admirable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants. It'll be safe to see you hammering the doors opening. Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon. We will. This is... Are we ready? No, we're not ready. We've got nothing. Like, how were you meant to work out anything from the information we've gotten? All we know is that he murdered... assumedly tried to murder the king because of... He tried to murder the king because of the flower seller was in debt, assumedly to the wolves we saw in the scene, except we didn't see it, so we couldn't then go and ask about the chocolate, although I'm not entirely... I think the chocolate might have been a red herring, to be fair. Like, we've got nothing. We've got absolutely nothing. Maybe we've got all we're meant to have, but I can't see what on earth this is meant to be. JJ. Severin. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom is nervous. I'll cool your feathers, Falcon. Terrible. Can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But this is how you act before the trial has even started. Why, you pompous-tailed posture perfect. Romulus, of course. This is one of the guys from that scene, isn't it? Obviously, Romulus and Remus, I assume it's two of the wolves. They were, I think they were thrown out into the wilderness when they were born, probably because of some prophecy, as is tradition in ancient times, ancient legends, and they were raised by Mother Wolf along with her cubs. Court is now in session. Psst, Falcon. What is it? Is it me, or does the primary judge look hairier today? That's a different judge, the one who resided over Dame Cataline's trial, you doofus. Oh. Still, it's a little strange, isn't it? A little. A little, I suppose. Excuse me, Your Honour. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be residing over the case. Where is he? I have hiccups. I'm sorry. Judge Maxime has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. Rest assured, assessor, prosecutor, defence, and members of the jury, that I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Right. Again, this is a mistrial. I'm fairly sure, like, this needs to be informed because that affects a variety of different things. But further ado, let's get the show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Querido, who stands accused of murdering Major Hal and conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. Defence is present and ready. The defence is present, Your Honour. Prosecution ready, Your Honour. Good, very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Well said, Your Honour. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, the trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes? You're just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. So we're all on the same page? Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand. Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Just Velarti. Stand, Inspector, recite the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your name and occupation. Inspector Just Valerti, I'm servant to the law, scourge of the gutter rats. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Whoa! Cocorico really is going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did you just say a clerk? There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, and the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand and something else. I accidentally clicked. There needs to be a button that you click on. I'm getting annoyed with this because of how this case has gone. The citizens and King himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand and then promptly dropping dead. But to the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse. The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Could have been ingested by the chocolate. The other thing is, what kind of poison? How long would that have taken? Therefore, the poison rose must have been the cause of death. Putting the pieces together, it seemed very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions. I was hoping the coroner's report would determine the guy died from a freak heart attack or something. That'd make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony. Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honour, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. Ugh, sounds like pointless nitpicking to me. Yeah, I'll allow it for now. Yeah, go on, Falcon. Do your cross-examination. Actually, the defence has every right to cross-examine. Like the prosecution has every right to cross-examine the defence. The issue I have with this, actually, is that you're not really putting forward a case. You're just picking holes in the prosecution. I'd prefer it if you actually had to come up with a case. You chose some witnesses to come up. Cross-examination. It's like a statement to question. I can't remember what this problem with this is. And I don't have any notes that tell me it's wrong. Oh, what? So he's there, but the other wolf isn't. Oh my goodness, that's mean. Major Howell. Oh, I can't actually do that. I want to question the poisoning. Trying to determine what's killed by poison. Correct. He saved the signs and symptoms with textbook. There's no possibility his death was natural. Yeah. What kind of poison was it? Did the coroner mention specifically what kind of poison it was? He was not certain. First, the coroner posited it was plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower. When he learned how fast the poison took effect, he noted that this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested it may have been some newly engineered concoction. Newly engineered poison, you say? That only reaffirms this was a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. Another question about the poison. Yes. Why not aconite? I'm going to say yes. Oh. I could ask what kind of poison it was again, but that's just wasting everyone's time. But, okay, so it's newly engineered, so we can't... I have no question. Statement to question. That makes sense. What's it with the 10 o'clock? Correct, 10 o'clock. How long does it take you to arrive? From the time you were called, how long did it take you to arrive at the crime scene? Around 5 minutes. I happened to be in the neighbouring Palais Royal at the same time. It was a simple journey. Major Howell would have been dead for about 10 minutes by the time you arrived. That would be a fair estimate. Plenty of time for a bad guy to slip away, huh? That's definitely a possibility. I don't think the court would appreciate my wild speculations, though. No. Okay. Major Howell. Let's go about the victim, Major Howell. What if he was the intended victim? We have been treating this case as if the intended murder target was King Louis Philippe. But there's another possibility. What if the killer was trying to murder Major Howell from the very beginning? JJ, stop talking. You just said something very stupid. I can explain why and humiliate you in front of the whole court. Alternatively, you could retract your question right now, and I will save your humiliation for another day. No, you're bluffing. I know I'll look bluff when I see one, Severin. My question stands. Okay, here goes. Myriad of reasons why your question was unfathomably stupid. First, it doesn't absolve your client of any guilt. It does, because it raises the possibility that Major Howell was killed in a different situation. If the defendant was intending to murder Major Howell, then he's still guilty of murder and would likely face the same punishment as before. Second, it doesn't make any sense. Nobody has a motive to kill Major Howell, but plenty of a motive to kill the king. Alright, I get it. Many citizens attested to seeing the defendant deliberately try to approach the king himself, not the Major... Yes, okay, here's the thing! I'm the defense! My job is to make the point the defendant isn't guilty. You're starting with the presumption of guilt, and then saying, okay, well, your question is stupid. Well, if he's guilty, yes, of course it's stupid, but oh my goodness, this is not well done. His intention was clear to everyone present. Fourth, prosecutor, that will do. Defense don't ask stupid questions. I lost a little favour with the jury. This is stupid. I'm really annoyed with this now. Like, I get the point. If you start with the defendant's definitely guilty and there's no other way it could have been given. I mean, this is my job. Do you have another question about the victim? Yes, I'm going to say yes. Who was he? It's curious. We've spent a whole investigation focusing on the murder, but I still don't know much about the victim himself. Exactly who was Major Hal? Royal Guard, well-respected dog, was getting on in the years. I was not friends with the man, but I've met him on several occasions in the past, at banquets and royal meetings and the sort. Major Hal was a stern, no-nonsense fellow, but he was a good man. His wife and children no doubt miss him. No doubt. And giving the investigation... Okay. No, because we've done those. We've done that. Like, there's nothing to work with here. Seeing I can't deliver the poison. Oh boy, when you put it like that, the situation is a little dire, doesn't it? Correct. We collected precisely 22 testimonies and there were no major inconsistencies. What did they say? I'd like some further details. What exactly... How do I not have this? I mean, I don't know if this would be the case in 1848 France, but certainly now, any prosecution testimony that is to be mentioned in court like this has to be given to the defence so they can have a case. Wow. Each seeing the king's entourage approaching the new painting in the Grand Gallery. They each heard the king deliver a short speech, which was on the subject of progress and societal improvements and whatnot. There was some applause. Prince Juan stepped out of the crowd, approached the king with a rose in his hand. Each person then saw Major Hal take the rose, and each person saw Major Hal promptly drop dead. I see. Some descriptions of the man's death were quite graphic. Involves twitched and spasmed, and one witness. His mouth frothed like he was a rabid lunatic, said another. So that's what the huntsman said. Thank you, Inspector. I think we get the picture. No. There's nothing to work with. But the thing is, okay, so we're not advancing, so I must be missing something. What was the poisoning option? How was he poisoned? How exactly was Major Hal poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? I think he was pricked by the poison rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. Which attest to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility he was poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to say, JJ. You just heard that 20... What are you suggesting? That the prick thing had no relation to the poisoning? Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Hal was poisoned, but I do doubt the rose was the cause. Unbelievable. Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link there. JJ, it's tempting to sit here and lecture on the basis of cause and effect. I'll end this discussion painlessly. Please tell the defence you found on the plant itself. That should alleviate all doubt the rose was in fact the poison delivery. Actually, ha! I can't tell him that. I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious the rose caused the poison given the timing of the incident. That could be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvellous thought. We pricked the finger of the defendant with the rose. There's no poison on Rose, and Prince Juan lives, and he's free to go. Rose is poisoned, the prince dies. But that's okay, because the punishment will be just and fitting of the crime. Marvellous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. It's not how we do things here. Calm your feathers, JJ. It's clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the Rose for poison at all. Why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed. By the police force, we burned it to ashes. Such unprofessionalism. We have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned. This whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that could have caused... Okay, something the investigative police blindly overlooked. Okay, that's the chocolate. Look at this! What am I supposed to be looking at? It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Salle du Tibre, to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Hal ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. You gained a little favour. Like, he's saying it's convincing. It's only a little favour. Do you see this wrapper at the cream sign for yourself, Inspector? Police force does not have time nor resources to trawl every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it? Astounding unprofessionalism. Prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector. For my apologies, Your Honour. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. As you wish, I'll take my leave. Until next time, monsieur. Okay, let me get this straight. The chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene. Correct. And you have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident? I do. I'm an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify if need be. You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon? Oh, I see. But do you know for certain that Major Hal consumed this chocolate? Well, that's a fact we're still investigating. I see. And do you have evidence this chocolate was in fact poisoned? Again, that's something that may require a lot more time to definitively prove. So in actuality, you don't have evidence that Major Hal consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. That's a week even for you, JJ.